Damn it. The Suns got swept by the Timberwolves, led by y'all's boy Anthony Edwards with a trifling dunk on Kevin Durant and Bradley Beal. I mean, how disgusting.
Son KD to the crossroads.
I mean,
Something to
Anthony
the
Edwards is
crossroads.
disgusting, man.
Hey, it was funny. Y'all remember the video where he said they got who is it? He said they got KD, but we got Jaden McDaniels or something like that. It was a video of that Anthony.
You gotta show me that. I don't know what
Anthony Edwards be drawing.
You gotta send that, Joe. Listen, Bradley Beal, Devin Booker, Kevin Durant. Is this the worst big three we've ever seen assembled?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I think that big three could probably compete with the big three of Kyrie Irving, James Harden, and Kevin Durant too.
No. Well, I mean, because that big three really, both big threes really didn't play with each other. So you might, all right, I can see where you kind of going with that. Do you think that Kyrie, Harden, and KD could compete with being the best? I mean, the worst big three ever? Like, none of these dudes showed up in this series. Like, Bill, you ain't even know he was there. Like,
he didn't show up until the last game.
Bro, he had one good game out of that whole series. Devin Booker was up and down. KD had a few games where he was,
Yeah, KD had one game where he scored 18.
They're linking Devin Booker to the Knicks.
Nah, he go
there. Oh, you want to be up out of there?
Yeah, that's what Stephen A. said. Stephen A. said he heard some folks saying that he wanted to be in.
Stephen A. just want people to come to New York.
Him and Brunson would be crazy though.
That would be disgusting if you put him there.
You know what really messed up the Suns? Letting Chris Paul go.
I don't know why they did that.
Because they needed somebody that can handle the ball and distribute.
How you let go of a point guard and just decide we're not even going to replace him? Just forget about it. Just don't even worry about it. You bring in Bradley Beal. You think that that's going to be a solution. I told y'all when he left Washington that wasn't going to be the solution, that you were 3 or 4 years late on Bradley Beal, and I stand by that. And I think from what I saw, they don't have a first or second round draft pick until 2030.
Yeah, they gave up a lot. They gave up
They gave up so much, and again, they don't play no defense. I'm not sure what happens next. Do they blow this team up? Like
they can't.
They can't.
Right? Aren't they locked in the contract? So we got to see this. We got to see this nastiness again next year.
Got to see it through, my boy.
For one, the cheap contracts they have, they have no trade value on the cheaper contracts. Bradley Beal, I don't think they can trade him because they just paid him, didn't they? Like they gotta wait some time before they can trade him or something like that. Mm-hmm. And KD, like you just gave up all that for KD. You really trying to get rid of him now?
No, you definitely gotta stick with KD because like you said, Lou, you gave up a lot to get him. So you gotta.
Hey, listen, man, ain't nothing went right for KD since he left Golden State.
I mean, we gotta talk about it. That I think he low key to himself regrets leaving Golden State, but he let everybody get in his head talking about him joining them and what his legacy being tarnished because he joined them and he tried to go somewhere else to prove a point, and all he's been proving is that he missed Golden State.
Bro, you could have been 2 to 3 rings in now.
Absolutely, probably more than that.
I would say that stint in Brooklyn though, where his foot was on the line, he balled out in that series. I think that
he did. He balled out
nearly every minute in that series, because that's how bad they needed him. So he did kind of redeem himself from, not redeem himself, but he showed something in that series. And then I think the next year is when they got beat up real bad by Boston in the first.
Now I will say that was the last time we've had a master class from him. Was that foot on the line? He ain't had one since.
I think that Boston series broke his soul.
Yeah,
I would say the Phoenix and Denver series. He had a couple games in that series last year.
In Denver series
last year.
They played Denver.
They did play Denver last year.
The semifinals or whatever, or the semis.
I forgot about that. They played Denver in the second round.
He had a few games back to back in that series that helped them win 2 games. That was the only 2 games they won. Was where he went for like 36 and 39, or he was hooping. But yeah, I mean, he put up 33 last night.
This might be the worst.
But he was the most consistent player in that series against Minnesota. Most consistent for the Suns.
I feel like they got to be the worst ever because you traded for Bill. You got rid of Chris Paul because you felt like you needed more scoring next to Booker, KD. You go get Bill. For one, Bill didn't play majority of the season. He was in and out. He was hurt majority of the season. Yeah. And then when you come back, you don't bring nothing to the table. You don't bring nothing to the table to help the Suns out. Nothing. And man, I ain't even going.
Yeah. Like you do all of that and you lose somebody that can distribute. Like that's the biggest. Booker isn't a point guard. Like he go out there and get you some assists and set some things up every now and then.
Gotta play.
But he has to play off ball. He can set stuff up every now and then. He can't do it consistently.
And that was her question. Like when the trade happened, the first thing she asked was, "Well, who's gonna be the point guard? Like who's going?"
I'm like, how y'all got two shooting guards? Like how that's gonna work?
And the defense.
Yeah, and they had
that was everybody's question. Yeah,
lack of defense. Lack of.
They went up against Anthony Edwards and the Timberwolves, man, and they got smoked. You know, Bradley Beal was like, "I ain't never been on a team that's been swept, and I'd be damned if I let that happen." And well, you damned. And so you know, he got in the press of the day. He said, "I'll be damned." Yeah,
and he ain't even do nothing in that game. I don't even think he showed up.
He had 9 points, bro.
That's what I'm saying. That's trash.
You ain't even attempt to go off.
And my thing is, right? Bro. My thing is talking about you ain't never got swept, bro. You ain't never been out the first round. Like
that's a lie.
That too.
That's a lie.
No, they had. They have been out of the first round with Paul Pierce. That Paul Pierce team.
Go ahead and Google it.
I'm about to look it up.
Where Paul Pierce was like, I called game that round. That year, him, Wall, and Bill got out of the first round that year.
For sure.
I remember that.
Went to the second round.
Yeah, that's right. That. Yeah, because y'all got your ass beat by Boston.
The point is,
not smoke.
As I understand
what you were saying, though, game series,
I understand what you were saying. But he ain't even attempt to go off. Like he ain't attempt to go crazy. Like he ain't give it his best. He didn't put his best foot forward.
He shot 13. He shot 13 times.
And come on, and we thinking
that is being a little aggressive. Okay.
We thinking like, all right, Bradley Beal might come out and had like 25.
Yeah.
We didn't even think he was gonna get like 30. We like, all right, Bill, you saying you be damned, you might have 25.
9 points after making that kind of statement. Pew.
Stunk the joint up.
Because he game 3 he had 28. He shot 52% from the field, 6-11 from 3. He was balling. They still lost. But game 4, you came out there and laid an egg, dog.
Laid an egg.